Have you ever felt the crushing weight of love? The kind that swells your heart, only to tear it apart in a way you never thought possible? That's exactly what happened to me when I met her. Where are you watching from? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring stories. Or please complete our 1,000 subscribers. I was just a regular guy, living a regular life, until the day she walked into my world. It was as if the air itself shifted, and I found myself standing at the edge of something I couldn't understand, something both beautiful and dangerous. Her name was Elena, a name that still echoes in my thoughts like a whisper from a dream that ended too soon, leaving me more broken than before. The first time I saw Elena, I didn't know it then, but it would be a moment I would never forget. She was standing by the cafe window, her silhouette framed by the fading evening light. I couldn't take my eyes off her. There was something magnetic about the way she carried herself, effortless and graceful, yet there was a hint of sadness behind her eyes that made me want to know more. We locked eyes for a brief second, and in that fleeting moment I felt as though the world had paused. "Can I get you something?" I asked as I approached, my voice betraying my nerves. She smiled, and the world seemed to shift again. Her smile was soft, warm, yet it held a sense of mystery I couldn't place. "I'll just have a coffee black," she replied, her voice calm, almost too calm. We exchanged small talk as I prepared her drink, nothing special. But in that moment, I realized how easy it was to talk to her. I found myself telling her things I wouldn't tell anyone else, like I was drawn to her in a way I couldn't control. She listened, not judging, simply absorbing my words. But with every word I spoke, I could feel a wall slowly rising between us, something unspoken that I didn't understand. Days turned into weeks, and I saw Elena more frequently. At first, I was careful, holding back the emotions I was beginning to feel. But slowly, without realizing it, she crept into my life, into my heart. She was the first thought I had when I woke up and the last before I fell asleep. I couldn't stop thinking about her, the way she laughed, the way her eyes seemed to hold a universe of untold stories. Then came the day I realized she had already stolen my heart. We were sitting on a park bench one evening, watching the sunset. It was one of those perfect moments that felt timeless. She leaned in close to me, her breath warm against my ear, and whispered, "You're different from the rest. You see me, not just the surface." And in that moment, I knew that she knew me, in ways no one else had. But I also knew something darker was lurking beneath the surface. It was like a storm on the horizon, something I could feel but couldn't quite see yet. Days passed, and the connection between us deepened. But I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. Elena had become distant, her smiles were fewer, her eyes colder. I tried to ignore it, convincing myself that it was just a phase, that everything would return to normal. But the truth began to unravel in ways I couldn't have predicted. One evening, when we were supposed to meet, she didn't show up. I called her, no answer. Texts were left unread. And then, the next day, she didn't even acknowledge my existence when I saw her in the cafe. The warmth between us, the easy conversation, the connection, it was all gone, replaced with an emptiness that sank deep into my chest. I kept asking myself, what had happened? I had given her everything, my time, my heart, my soul. And now she was gone. There were no explanations, no goodbyes, just silence. The pain was suffocating, like a weight pressing down on me. I tried to reach out, tried to understand, but every attempt only pushed her further away. Weeks turned into months, and still the emptiness remained. It wasn't just that she was gone, it was that I had given so much of myself, and in return, I had nothing. Elena had stolen my heart and left me with a hollow shell of who I used to be. I was consumed by the thought of her, of what we could have been, but the reality was far colder than I could ever have imagined. I found myself replaying every moment, every word, searching for the sign I missed, the moment when everything shifted. But there was nothing. I was left alone, with memories that once brought me joy, now only bringing pain. I couldn't stop myself from wondering if I would ever truly recover from her absence. To this day, I carry the weight of her departure, trying to move on, trying to heal. But a part of me will always wonder why. Why did she leave? Was I not enough? Or was she simply never mine to keep? The girl who stole my heart left me with a permanent scar, one that may never fully heal. But sometimes, I think I would rather have that pain than never having loved her at all.